In today's video, I wanted to talk about some of my favourite low maintenance trailing houseplants, and I'm going to start off with the Pepperomia Hope. I absolutely love this one. Not only is it a really beautiful plant, but it's a really low maintenance plant. You only really have to give it a nice well draining soil, let it dry out between waterings, and give it bright and direct light, and that's it really. And this one is actually really forgiving of underwatering too. So if you're one of those underwaterers, or sometimes you like to go away and you let your plants dry out a lot, Pepperomia Hope is really one of the best plants you could get, and it's also really beautiful. It's got these really cool kind of almost coin-shaped leaves, and I believe it's a semi-succulent too, which is why it is okay with not being watered quite so much. But yeah, definitely err on the side of caution with watering. Don't overwater it. As long as you kind of be a bit mean with the watering, then this one's really happy. And I've just been really enjoying growing this one, and I could highly recommend it. It's good for all levels too, whether you're beginning your houseplant journey or whether you're really experienced. This is a really good plant to get. It's also really low cost too, so it's not going to cost you a fortune. I bought this one really small and it's already started growing and trailing, and yeah, I just absolutely love this one. So next up is another Pepperomia actually. This is Pepperomia Prostrata, otherwise known as a string of turtles, and you can see why. It kind of looks like little turtle shells, and yeah, I just think they're adorable. They come out really small and then they eventually get bigger, but this one's got exactly the same care as the one I just showed you. Pepperomias are really easy to look after. I used to struggle, but once you just understand that you just let them dry out, then you water them, give them bright and direct light. That's it really. I think the biggest mistake I used to make was I just didn't get the watering right. I was definitely overwatering mine and I ended up killing them that way, but yeah, as long as you let your Pepperomias dry out, then they are super easy to care for. And as you can see, they really are adorable. This one seems to be quite a fast grower too for me. I'm noticing that it's putting out so many new baby turtles, and yeah, I'm just in love with this one at the moment. I think it's a really gorgeous plant, and again, super easy to get hold of. You can get this in most garden centres, plant shops, etc. And yeah, it's pretty cheap to buy, so yeah, get yourself one of these if you fancy it. Just be aware though, they are quite delicate, so you will easily knock the little turtles off. I'm dreading repotting mine. Another hanging plant that grows really well for me and really easily is the string of hearts. Just look at that big, long, luscious string of hearts. It really is growing so fast, and I actually did propagate from this year too, so I have taken some cuttings. But yeah, this is a fast grower, and it even grows during the colder months too, I find. And yeah, basically I just do the exact same thing as I do with my Pepperomias, which is let it dry out. This one actually can withstand a bit of drought, so it does like to dry out between watering. I think one of the biggest mistakes many people probably make with this is again overwatering. So yeah, don't be afraid to let your string of hearts dry out. I just wait until it dries out all the way and then I water it as soon as it's dry, and it seems to really like that. So yeah, that's what I should be doing with it. But they're far easier than you think. I used to be scared of them, thinking that they were probably going to be really challenging to care for, but they're actually not too bad, and you get lots of really cool little hearts on strings, and it's quite a delicate plant. Definitely one that you'll want to hang from somewhere or put on a shelf, because as I say, it does grow very fast and it can get a little bit tangled up. I don't really mind. When I first got it, I did try to kind of untangle them a bit, but I gave up in the end, and I just thought, well, it's part of the plant, so I just left it as it was. A plant that I've probably been going on way too much about lately is this one. This is the Rhipsalis Bolivanum, and yeah, I just really love this one. It really is so easy. It just needs to dry out between waterings and get bright and direct light. Again, that's it. That's all I do, and it grows so beautifully and it looks so jungly. and I think it's one of the best trailing plants there is. This one's actually a jungle cactus. I did actually recently make a care video also showing you how to propagate it as well as care for it, so I'll link that in the description. But yeah, it's a really fun plant, this one, and as I say, definitely one of my current favourites. I could highly recommend this one. I will say that this isn't necessarily one that I see around an awful lot in garden centres. I don't know about you, but I've only ever seen this one a couple of times. Since I bought this one, I've never seen it again. So I don't know how easy to get hold of it is, but if you see one and you fancy one, definitely get it, because it really is a joy to have. And it's one of those plants that I can just let it do its thing, leave it alone, and I know it will be okay. Another really cool trailing plant you could get is the Black Pigoda lipstick plant. This one's really fun. You can see mine's got quite a lot of new growth coming at the moment. It's really loving life, sending out lots of new shoots, and yeah, I just love this one. I think it's a really cool and fun plant. It kind of has a kind of leopard print to it on the back. If I just turn it around like that, you can see it's got a kind of a print which I think is really cool, and yeah, it's really fuss free. It's very adaptable to different conditions too, which I think is great. It seems to do really well even in kind of medium to low light. I've got mine in a bit of a sort of medium to low light setting at the moment, and it's putting out loads of new lovely growth, and it seems really happy. So yeah, this one does seem to be a really easy plant to care for. I would say that if you let it dry out for too long, it does tend to get crispy bits, but as long as you don't leave it for too long, then it's pretty easy to look after. And even if you do get some crispy bits, it's an extremely forgiving plant, so yeah, it's going to be okay. And it very quickly starts putting out new growth, I find too, because I had to snip a few bits off of mine that had gone crispy, and pretty much straight away it began pushing out new shoots from the nodes. So I think it's definitely a plant that responds well to pruning too. So if you're thinking of pruning your Black Pigoda, definitely give it a go. But yeah, could definitely recommend this one. It's a really fun and jungly plant to have. Looks great on a shelf or hanging from somewhere. Philodendron Brazil is definitely one of my favourite hanging plants of all time. I absolutely love this one. I have two of these. This one I currently have in a macrame hanger, but these look really cool in a window or hanging from somewhere or just on a shelf. But this one is probably one of the easiest to care for philodendrons. I really do love this one, and it's a super fast grower too. It grows fast, it's easy to care for, what's not to love? And yeah, I do let mine dry out, and sometimes I forget to water it, and I can say that when you do forget to water this one, it is very forgiving and it can handle drying out. So it's one of those ones that you can buy pretty cheaply and then grow out, and yeah, it will probably not die on you so long as you don't overwater it. As I've mentioned before, one of the biggest kind of killers of houseplants, I think, is probably overwatering. But yeah, it seems to be really resilient too to pests and things like that. I'd say it's definitely one of those more hardy variegated plants, and I quite like the variegation on this one too, because you do get a lot of plants with the kind of white variegation, but I like the fact that this one's got more of a sort of lime greeny stripes on it. But yeah, Philodendron Brazil, I think this is one that we should all have somewhere in our homes. I just think it's one of those kind of staple house plants. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.